Okay, sorry for the muffled sound. Thank you, Corona. But I'm wearing a mask. So we're going to do the indoor air handler, the HVAC indoor air handler. Some people call it the heater, the furnace. Call it what you will. And the water heater, we're going to do those together because they share some common dynamics. So the indoor air handler, he's scrolled in here pretty good. The air filter is 14 by 25 by 1. You do not have a care and use manual. These gray plugs is plugged in. Plugged in the wall. That's the power supply switch. That's no longer acceptable. No longer acceptable. The gas line coming to the furnace does not have a sediment trap to keep impurities from coming into it. It does not have a care and use manual. Now we got some discrepancy between the evaporator coil and the indoor air handler furnace and the condensing unit. Because the condensing unit, let's see if I got the notes here. Because these units, the furnace, if you will, indoor air handler, they're about 3 years old. And the evaporator coil reads to be about 5 years old. And they all look like they were installed at the same time. This was probably on the shelf. There's going to be a little bit of discrepancy on the inspection reporting, but they all seem like they have about 3 years of service. Seems about right. These screens, this is the same with the water heater. These screens at one time they were required. Now they're required not to be there. This furnace flue does not have a flue. Air return, combustible air supply. We don't seem to have one. We do not seem to have a combustible air supply. We do not have a combustible air supply. Wrong kind of gas connect. We do not have a sediment trap for the gas line. We have the wrong kind of electric connector. We do not have a carrying use manual. We do not have a thimble. The evaporator coil, the primary drain line does not have a P-trap, and it's not insulated, and it discharges too close to the house. This is the air return. This is the air return. This is the furnace. If the furnace spills carbon monoxide into the air return, then it gets broadcast all throughout the house. So this should be sealed. This door should be sealed. Provisions for combustible air should be made, and that's the way it should happen. Same thing with the water heater. Water heater is closer than 10 feet. Closer than 10 feet. The door sticks. If the water heater spills gas, it's going to come into the return and get broadcast through the house. Water heater. Screen on the door. It does have a combustible air supply though. Now these are the air registers, air supply registers. You can see these in these closets. That cloth, most likely, they all are, is asbestos. If it's painted, it's encapsulated. This flue is a single wall flue. That's supposed to be a double wall V-vent. Wrong kind of flue. Water supply lines, water lines close to the tank should be insulated. TMP should be insulated. We do not have a care and use manual. This unit was manufactured in 2012, so it's got a few years on it. They last about 10. You can see, can you? Got a little backdraft right in here. It's not venting properly. See if I can get a better picture of that. This gas line, okay, that gray plastic gas line, that's been illegal forever. Not illegal, I mean they don't make it, no, it is illegal. It's out of favor. This stuff blows up. I'm sorry, it does. Something about a school in Oklahoma. So this gas line should have been replaced even 12 years ago, or even 8 years ago, whenever this water heater was replaced, 1899. It should have been replaced 20 years ago. Way before this water heater was installed. So this gas line doesn't have a sediment trap. A gas line doesn't have a sediment trap. It's the wrong kind of connector. The door should be sealed. We should not have a screen in the roof. It'd be nice if we had a carry and use manual. Temperature pressure is supposed to be insulated. Water supply lines is supposed to be insulated. This is a single wall B vent. Not acceptable. The door should be sealed so it doesn't go in here. And that's water heater. And those are the dynamics that are the same. The venting in the roof and the proximity to the air return. This is a whole house vacuum. Whole house fan. People have romantic notions about these things. Romantic notions. A long time ago, for central air conditioning, people closed their houses up and went to work. And they got hot. When they came home, they opened all the doors and the windows. And they turned this fan on. I'm not going to run it. They turn that fan on, and it suck all the air from outside with all the allergens and the pollutants. It suck all the fresh air in the windows and the doors, blow it up through the attic, cool the house off. That's like running a race car. It's like punching it between the red lights. You get better gas mileage if you just use your air conditioning system. Keep it smooth and easy. So now this has become a heat sink. I got a thermal image of this. All this energy is going up through the roof, whether it's on or off. Even when it's off, it's sucking all your energy. All your air-conditioned air is getting blown up into the air. It's getting sucked up into the attic.